Happy Monday evening. Oh, yeah, I went to gym today in the lunchtime, so I'm kind of like have this comfortable body fatigue. But I think it's good to have some light exercise, like you know, something very light, right? Rod, rotation, strengthen the fingers, right? Yeah. Okay. The other way. Ah. Okay. And then very good for the joints, right? Ah. 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 Okay, the other way. Ah. Ah. Okay, that's good. All right, let's take 5 minutes, please. Ah. Hmm. Hmm. Good evening. Happy Monday evening. I did the editing of that economics paper and republished it. And let me see. File transfer is complete, I think. Let me check it real quick. Yes, it is. Yeah, a little bit low energy because I went to gym, and it happens when I go to the gym, and I guess it's kind of do. I don't stay in the gym very long time, but how long do I stay there? Like 20 minutes. And after that, I run outside the gym where there's empty field. So yeah, quite a lot of workout. And after that, kind of comfortable fatigue. And so that was my lunch time. And then I came home and spent about 1 hour editing. Uh, I edited that stuff. The communism, French Revolution, Communist Revolution is nothing but okay. Can I drink? I think I can because it's Monday. So during the work hours, I don't drink, of course. So yeah. So I better get some Tums real quick. I forgot to say one thing. Oh boy. Hi Matt, did you write and you publish? Ah. Okay. Three systems. Alright? Your feudalism, communism, and capitalism. Okay? Uh Feudalism. Your king, nobility, the ruling class, and your middle class, and then your working class. You're triangular, right? Oh boy, I forgot to talk about capitalism. Well, I'll rewrite and republish it tomorrow. How about that? Okay. Yeah, because today I'm tired. So yeah. So feudalism, all right? Ancient society with kings and queens, nobilities like barons and countesses. It was like that in Europe, Asia. Okay. Uh, yeah. That's feudalism. We just call it feudalism. Okay. It's triangular, right? A few high class, a lot, well, medium size, middle class, bottom level, a lot of people. Triangular. Okay. And then you have there's feudalism. Okay. Then you have communist revolution. Well, before that, French Revolution. Okay. It's just okay. Well, French Revolution was this, okay? You have two elitist classes, ruling classes, competing, right? They're both ruling class, but they're competing nobilities, families, noble families, okay? One of them basically deceived working class, okay? Saying, hey, if you help me in this war, because working class, there are a lot of people. If they use violence, they can overthrow government very easily, okay? Our governments still have soldiers, but they will be outnumbered. If all the working class are persuaded, in this case, deceived. If this one nobility sector managed to deceive a lot of working class people, they will outnumber and overpower ruling class's army. That was French Revolution. Okay. After that, so what was deception? Yeah, equal rights, redistribution of law. So this class, I mean, family A, ruling class, we just call them elitist. Okay, elitist A and elitist B. Okay, elitist A deceived working class, made false promise. If you help me overthrow elite B family, then I will take the money and power from elite class B and give it to you guys. Eh? That's French Revolution. It's deception. So what did elite class A said? Yeah, equal rights. Equal rights. Redistribution of wealth, kind of egalitarian based, right? Universal voting, whatever. Right? But after that happened, French Revolution happened, equal rights never happened. It was just some this elitist family taking over the overthrowing elitist B and then taking all to themselves. That's French Revolution. And many revolutions like that. Communist revolution, same thing. Communist revolution is like so back in the feudalism, kings, right? Then you have communist elites. They are fairly well educated people. Communist elites. So they went after, they deceived working class people and said, hey, help me overpower and overthrow this feudalist government. Okay? In communist, there's communist revolution, and then it happened, right? But when these communist elites took the power, they broke their promise. They did not redistribute money and power of these feudalist kings, nobilities. They took it to themselves. And they never redistribute this money to spoil the money and power from feudalist kings family back to the people. They never did that. They took it to themselves. Okay, so that's communist revolution. How about capitalism? Capitalism is this. So in feudalist society, triangular, right? But there's no class mobility upward or downward. Okay, if you're born as a king, I mean prince, yeah, you will be king, next king, or at least you'll be some nobility, ruling class, king. Then you have middle class, then you have working class, right? So there's not enough mobility between classes in feudalism system. You born as a servant, you die as a servant, and your children will be servant. That's how it was back then. Okay, and today maybe more or less, but there are exceptions. Okay? Yeah, a lot of exceptions. Let's say some Korean immigrants come to America and they run small businesses like laundry, or they become restaurant owners or own laundry facility, and they have their children. Because the Korean parents heavily emphasize education. The second generation Korean immigrants, second generation Koreans who are born and raised in America, they end up going to Harvard, Yale, Columbia, Stanford, Berkeley, you name it, okay? And they later on become professors or lawyers, doctors, okay? Yeah, those are the stories of Koreans and also Jews, the so-called model immigrants, right? Model minority. Not just Koreans, like Japanese, Chinese, yeah, kind of Far East Asian, Taiwanese, right? Yeah, it's quite common in Far Eastern Asia's immigrants. Their children going to top schools and later on become like very high class. That's very, very common in America. Also, Jews. Yeah, when Jews first came to America back in like World War One, World War Two, right? To run away from anti-Semitism in Europe. Yeah, they were poor, ghetto. Okay, yeah, they when the first generation Jews from Europe to America, they were very poor, but they heavily emphasized in education of their children. So the second generation European Jews in America, they end up going to top schools and later become like very high class. Yeah, it's that parental education tradition. Okay, that's what it is. Yeah. Uh, so yeah, there is upward social mobility in capitalist society, democracy. Okay, that's what's good thing about democracy and capitalism. I need to write about that because it's just too important. I did, why did I forget? Why? I guess I was kind of tired, but it's okay. One day at a time, right? Tomorrow I'll write about it. I make a note on my cell phone, in a calendar. Now, communism, it ended up being triangular. Hmm? Yeah, it's just communist elites taking the money and power away from feudalist elites. That's what communist revolution is about. It's not about redistribution of money and power and fame. No, that's how Karl Marx envisioned communism to be, but it never was realized, manifested, materialized in the real human history. It was just his ideal that never came to a real. Okay? Yeah. So then, yeah, communist country, they're all triangular. Okay. Yeah. Now, is there the very wealthy people like politicians, generals, communist countries, Cuba, uh, Russia, maybe? Is it still communist? Maybe a little bit. China, China's not communist at all. Some conservatives, like President Trump, some conservative news show hosts, right? They, they kind of make fun of China being communist, like communist China, but it's not. China is not a communist country. It's very much capitalist country. Why? Look at no further than Mr. Jack Ma, the CEO of Alibaba. What is Alibaba? I think it's like Google in China, right? Or Amazon or Google equivalent in China. Yeah, he's billionaire. Private property ownership exists in China. So China is not a communist country. It's communist in name only. Sino, okay, communist in name only. China is not a communist country anymore. China has become capitalist country in essence probably 50 years ago, back in 1980. That would be my guess. China is communist in name only. It's not Chinese communist country. In essence, it's a capitalist society, China, okay? But yeah, it's not democracy, but some conservative radio talk show hosts, they don't quite understand the difference between socialism and communism. Communism, as Karl Marx envisioned, is no private property, strictly communal property. Basically, everybody makes their money. Government own all the banks. all the businesses. That's communism in ideal, but it never has become true. Because it's just impossible. Well, that's also totalitarianism, and there's socialism, right? Is so China is not democracy because people don't vote. It's more like elites, political communist party elites deciding who become the next president. Okay, so that's more like totalitarianism, right? Yeah. So that's politics side, right? Communism is more like economic side, private property possession or not. Capitalism, yes, private property ownership. Communism, communal property ownership. So it's economic concept. That's communism versus capitalism. Politics side, you have democracy and totalitarianism. Democracy, people vote. Totalitarianism, people do not vote. It's political elites who get to decide who will be the next president. Right? Yeah. Was it socialism? I don't know. Maybe it's a mixture of communism and totalitarianism, I guess. But we don't need to know how other people define those terms. We just need to separate economic part and politics part. That's all we need. Okay. Okay. It's two by two table. Okay. Socialism, we don't care who define that terminology as what. We don't need it. All right. So, yeah. China is totalitarian country, but it's not a communist country. It's very much capitalist country. Why? It allows private property ownership. Like Mr. Jack Ma being a billionaire, right? He's one of many, okay, in China. There are a lot of wealthy people. In China, some business owners, they drive like Mercedes, BMW, Ferrari. Okay? That's not communist country. No. We take 5 minutes, okay? Yeah. Well, uh, so let's talk about China. China, sure, sure, or Cuba, North Korea. Okay. Well, North Korea is different because that's a dictatorial regime, all right. But when it comes to Cuba, China, Russia, I mean Soviet Union, we are talking about Chairman Mao Zedong, Chairman Deng Xiaoping, and Cuba, Fidel Castro, and in Soviet Union you have Lenin and Stalin, right? Do you see any common denominator between those communist country leaders in the past? Do you see some similarity? Have you seen their pictures? You see similarity. I give you a minute if you want to think about it. Okay. I'll write about this tomorrow. It will take about an hour, another hour tomorrow. No problem. It's just editing already published paper, the second version, second edition kind of deal. Yeah, that's normal, right? That's not an exception. That's normal. Some erratum and I also ate a lot. Yeah, I ate, Nowadays I eat very well, more so than before because I go to the gym, right? Yeah. Okay. It's their clothing, plain clothing. Okay. Very plain. No color, no decoration, no like pictures, no nothing. No patterns, just plain, uniform, one color, monochromatic, plain clothing. That kind of looks like army uniform. Okay. Just plain, not armor camouflage, just plain green or plain blue. It's a pretense, deception. They pretend to be somebody just like anybody else, very humble, poor, like redistribution of wealth kind of concept. But the kind of food they ate, the kind of buildings that they lived in, and the number of bodyguards that they had was tremendous. They ate very well, more so than anybody else in their country. Fancy food. Did they have a lot of women? That I don't know. But yeah, they lived in palace. So them photo up, plain clothing, just to pretend to be just one of common people, redistribution of wealth, it was a deception. It was a lie. They lived in luxury. They were communist elites who took power away from feudalist elites. They just replaced feudalist elites. Did they give money and power back to the people? No, they did not. Okay? So there's the concept of useful idiots, okay? But I don't like that term because it's so disrespectful. Okay? And when it comes to President Trump, yeah, some editorial cartoonists draw some similarity between Mr. Adolf Hitler and Mr. President Trump, right? There are some similarity, maybe not too similar, but at least in concept. What Hitler did, was, I say Mr. Hitler out of respect, okay? Because Jesus said, love your enemies, right? Yeah. And what you gave to the least of all is what you gave to me, okay? Be respectful to the least of all. Yeah. I do practice Jesusian lessons, okay? Yeah. But I do have some criticism about Jesus too. Like human sacrifice, I do not think it was necessary that he died on cross, okay? In my opinion, if he did not die that day, he could have saved more, even more people if he lived longer. Let's say 70 years instead, well, like 33 years. If he lived as long as possible, as long as humanly possible, like 70 years, 80 years, I think he could have saved a lot more people. He would have, in my opinion. Okay? Yeah. And possibly Christianity would have been even more widely distributed if he had lived longer, a lot longer than that. Okay, that's what I think. Because some other saints, they live long life and they became eternal too. So it's not necessary a person dies in order to be a saint, eternal saint. No. If a saint live longer and be more productive, write more books, that person has more chance to save more people, in my opinion. Okay. So I think Jesus kind of committed suicide, in my opinion. Okay. Which is not good. Okay. So that's, and also he not only committed suicide, martyrdom, right? He also encouraged other people, his disciples, to do the same too. And that's a very bad role model. Like Peter, he predicted that Peter would die from martyrdom, and he did. And I think that's very bad. I think it was a big mistake of Jesus. Okay, error. I think he erred on that part. All right. So yeah, there's a human sacrifice element in there. Okay. Yes, in Christianity, it was not just Peter. A lot of missionaries died in their mission. Was it necessary? Hmm, maybe, but I don't like. I still don't like human sacrifice like that. In this brand of humanology, at least I do not believe an ideology is worthwhile to die for. I don't. I deny such existence of ideology, which is worthwhile a human life. Because in this humanology, we put human's life above and beyond ideologies. I think it's wrong for any human being to die for an ideology. I think even if that ideology is a good one, like Christianity. Okay, I don't believe in martyrdom. So, capitalism, communism, feudalism, they are all triangular system. Now, in communist countries, is there some like upward social mobility? I think so. I think there's upward social mobility, even in communism. Okay. So then is communism better than feudalism? Possibly. Possibly. But capitalism, there's definite upward social, upward mobility, right? Yeah, yeah. That I know. But communism, there's upward social mobility? I think so. Because in North Korea, in Cuba, yeah, there are schools, right? And then uh, I mean, in North Korea, there are nuclear scientists, right? Who are educated in mathematics, physics, right? So in North Korean schools, I'm sure there are people who study harder than others and go to top university in North Korea, become nuclear scientists. Do they make more money than other people? I bet they do. Yeah. So there, communist country does not exist. Pure in purest sense, where uh, people who work hard and people who study hard and people who study less, do they make same money in Cuba, Soviet Union, China, North Korea? I don't think so. I think they make different kind of money. Why? Because otherwise people will not be motivated to study harder, work harder, and they know that. Okay, yeah. So basically, communism just doesn't work in its pure form, Karl Marxian form. It only exists in his head. Okay, yeah, that's just not how it works. Because market, right? You have a market, market, labor market, right? It's an auction concept. Um, let's say you have two kinds of farmers, apple farmers. Okay, one apple farmer work harder than the other apple farmer. Okay, so one apple farmer produce 10 apples, 100 apples. The other apple farmer produce 10 apples. Who makes more money when apple is just $1 per piece? Yeah, farmer one, $10. Farmer two, $100 because he worked more hours. So he made more money because he sold more apples. Yeah, so yeah, this guy's wealthier than the other guy. In job market, okay, let's say company to hire a computer programmer, right? Let's say there are two kinds of computer science majors. One of them study very hard, pay attention to the class, did the homework. The second guy goofed off, right? So he can barely computer program. He's not good at it because didn't pay attention to class, he didn't do the homework. Okay? Now, a software company in North Korea and or governmental agency, who am I going to hire out of the two? The guy won, right? Yeah, because he's very good at computer programming, right? Yeah. People differ in their degree of diligence, right? It's just reality. It's not like everybody's diligent, right? So people who are diligent, uh, they get hired and they make more money, right? Yeah, it's just nature. This is how this world is. We're not saying it's right or wrong. We're saying just it's just the way it is. We're just describing it, right? It's something very natural. This triangular hierarchy. Yeah, there's tiger, right? And there are rabbits, and there are plants. Triangle, food triangle, right? Ecological triangle. Yeah. Okay, we'll take 5 minutes break, okay, and then we'll talk about some other stuff. Yeah, I have a good idea what to write tomorrow. Yeah, I just could not wait until this paper get published. So last weekend I just published it. Okay, but then now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, there are some important stuff that I did not write in there. So patience have never been my virtue. Okay, so but no problem. Second edition, third edition, version number one, two, three. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, it's a norm. Publication business. That's just how it is. All right, we'll take 5 minutes. Okay, very good. Yeah. Okay, let me correct one thing for the record. Some another erratum. Yeah, I do make a lot of errors myself, but whenever I notice it, I correct myself. Okay, so kind of metaphysical repentance. Um, I think I said, well, I know for sure I said because I said it so many times over the weekend. Yeah, elitism and politics does not mix. Okay, and I think they may not be correct. Okay, I was criticizing Mrs. Commissioner. Okay, because she's kind of trying to hide the fact that that's my impression of her campaign. I think her campaign kind of trying to hide the fact that she's very much elitist. She went to Harvard Law School. Okay, she's impressive. Okay, and she went top governmental federal government job in Washington D.C. Okay, she's very much D.C. insider, but she says she's not pro DC insider. I'm like, what is she talking about? I think she's like trying to cover her tracks. Okay, maybe she feel kind of guilty about being an elitist as opposed to common people person. That's why I think she's like trying to cover up her elitist background a little bit. Uh, Whatever. But great presidents like FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, he went to Harvard. JFK, he went to Harvard. George W. Bush Jr., he went to Harvard. He also went to Yale too. George W. Bush Jr., I think he went to Yale majoring history and then he went to Harvard Business School for MBA. That's what I recall. Okay. Yeah. They were very good presidents. Yeah. But FDR, yeah, he's very good president. Only three-term president, all right, in U.S. history. They made an exception for him, I guess. Wartime, Great Depression. He made mistake. Yeah, Japanese internment. There was big mistake. There was just racism, unnecessary. He made mistakes too. Okay? But yeah, New Deal, whatever. He did many good things. I mean, how about Ike, President Eisenhower, the general of World War II? He became president, and he did very well. The interstate highways. Okay, that's Eisenhower's Ike. His legacy. Great president Eisenhower. Okay, he went to West Point. Top school, high elitist. Yeah, you have General MacArthur, right? You have General, what's his name? Patton. General Patton, he may have gone to Virginia Military Institute, which is also high elitist school, military school. Virginia, VMI Military Institute, okay? General MacArthur, I think he went to West Point. Okay? Great generals. Well, of course, they are not politicians, okay? But Eisenhower, yeah, he went to West Point, and which is very top elitist school. And they did very well as presidents. Right? Yeah. So yeah, there's some precedents. Okay, so I guess I should correct myself. I don't think Mrs. Commissioner that I'm competing against. I don't think it disqualifies her just because she went to Harvard Law School, just because she got job in high-ranking Washington D.C. federal government job. Does that inherently disqualify her as a U.S. Senate candidate? Yeah, I don't think so. So I was wrong. I have to correct that. Okay. Then what do I still dislike about her campaign? Dishonesty. Okay. And also too much Trumpism. Like Mr. Trump's policy there's just too much hatred and animosity. Okay. Yeah. Toward Democrats, toward liberal media, toward some other countries. Too much hatred, too much animosity. Uh, and her campaign kind of, it's my impression, I might be wrong, okay, but my impression is that her campaign is kind of going that direction. So it does not look good so far because President Trump's that kind of campaign based on hatred failed in year 2020. Americans, I guess, they were shocked during the presidential debate between President Trump and Mr. Joe Biden because President Trump was too rude, arrogant. Also, the vice presidential debate between Vice President Mike Pence and Senator Kamala Harris, I was very disappointed because I thought Vice President Pence was a nice guy, good Christian, okay, but he was rude, he went over time, arrogant, just like his boss, President Trump. Okay, I think that's one of the reasons that they lost the election in November 2020. Okay? But Vice President Mike Pence did the right thing during that certification of election result. He did the right thing. He sided with President-elect Joe Biden. He certified it. Good man? Yeah, yeah. He kind of redeemed himself, okay? Very good. But President Trump still denies the election result, and Mrs. Commissioner supporting politically, like many Republicans do. Okay. And she's modeling her campaign after President Trump's failed campaign, 2020 election campaign, okay? So I guess she's betting on her assumption that majority of Alaskans still support President Trump even today, even after January 6th. Is that true? I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, they say, yeah, back in, I don't know if it was year 2020 or 2026, 2016, they say 70% of Alaskan voters voted for Mr. Trump. Even if that was true in year 2020, November, 70% Alaskan, even if they voted for Mr. Trump in year 2020, November, something else happened after that. January 6th, year 2021. After January 6th, 2021, how many percentage of Alaskans voters still support Mr. Trump? That I don't know. Okay. But that seems to be Commissioner, Mrs. Commissioner's assumption that still majority of Alaskans support Mr. Trump as a politician even after January 6th. It seems to me that's the kind of assumption that she's making. And I think that's why she is portraying herself as a huge fan of Mr. Trump. That part, I don't think she's lying. I think she is honestly a fan of Mr. Trump and still support him politically. I don't think that part is a lie. I think that part is true and honest. And at the same time, that's another concern that I have for her campaign because I think it's a very wrong direction to take. Okay. Oh boy. Politics, intriguing, okay? We have all these interesting characters, right? I'm glad she's running in this campaign, okay? Because she's a very interesting person, okay? So, yeah. I'm just having fun making criticism of against her campaign, okay? How can I not do politics, right? So my guess is that Mrs. Commissioner, she's ambitious, which is good, okay? Maybe she has very good intention for Alaska. I think so. I think her intention is good. I do think she wants what's best for Alaska. That part, I think she's being honest. She does. I do think she cares about Alaska and Alaskans. I don't think that part is deceptive. That's what my impression of her. Okay? She may do just fine. Okay? I don't know. All right? I don't know. And I'm glad she's running. She's relatively younger. I think she might be a couple of years older than me. I'm 42. Uh, she didn't quite disclose her age. I don't think so. Okay. She's still been getting known to people. Okay. So, I've been to her campaign website. Okay. So, but yeah, a lot of campaigns statement, but, uh, I don't know. Maybe in her campaign website she has some biography or something. I don't know, but it's too to me seems too much like a manufactured product, artificial like rhetoric. This kind of campaign speech, right? In my campaign website, did I disclose my age? I think so. Mini bio. Okay, yeah, born in 1978, Ithaca, New York. I'm pretty sure I wrote that mini bio. I'm pretty sure about that. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, I was born here, grew up in Korea, went to school in Wisconsin, joined the army, and yeah, I did write mini bio in my campaign website. So. Okay, we'll take 5 minutes break. Okay, so how can I not do politics? It's so intriguing, entertaining, interesting, exciting, right? I think she's into politics because of that. Maybe she and I, we're kind of similar kind, because we're attention seeker. Yeah, like she used to work for government, right? Maybe it was not good enough, not exciting enough. She's more ambitious than that, right? I'm kind of same way, a little bit. But there's difference. Why? I'm perfectly fine, okay, without being a elected official. Why? I got some other stuff going on, like mathematics, physics, economics, linguistics, right? I'm totally okay without ever being elected because I got other stuff that's very exciting. Science, philosophy, history, academia, basically, secular academics. Yeah, so I'm okay either way. Yeah. Okay, we'll take 5 minutes, please. How interesting, right? Yeah. Politics is great entertainment. I enjoy running, so I'm okay with not being elected. I just keep on running, and because I really enjoy running, right? Like criticizing other candidates. I did not do so last year. All right, why? All the other candidates, they were my friends, okay, but Mrs. Commissioner, I never met her, and she's like giant, big figure, national figure by now, and she rose to that national fame very quickly. Okay, in a matter of weeks, which is very impressive. Okay, very interesting. So yeah, she's already a big figure, so I have no problem criticizing her. Okay, so because she's big. Okay, all right, we'll take 5 minutes. Okay. So like the in the economics paper I already wrote that I mean communism, yeah, maybe there's some good merit there. So even America adopted some of those egalitarian philosophy, which is not originally communism. Egalitarianism existed for millennia. Jesus was an egalitarianist, and the communist is just the latest version of that, right? Yeah, in America later on adopted that concept like labor union, collective bargaining right, minimum wage guarantee, and social security, food stamp. That's very much egalitarian concept. Kind of a little bit redistribution of wealth, just a little bit, okay, not wholesale. But pure communism, pure egalitarianism, like everybody make the same money, right? I don't think it's desirable concept because it destroys diversity. Okay, I wear colorful clothing, but this from second-hand goods store, like used. This is not brand new. It's used, donated, right? Used good store, right? Yeah. What if I become United States to America president? Hypothetically, my life will not change. If I move into White House, I'm just fantasizing. Okay, my life will not change. I will work 40 hours a week. My lunch, dinner, breakfast, even if it was just microwave food. How about cooks in the White House? Well, I have to let them go. There will be no more cooks in the White House. In the White House, I will need three things: refrigerator, microwave, and Walmart food. That's what I need. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, cooks. Yeah, I have to let them go. Okay, I'll let them off. Right. I mean, there used to be White House cooks. They can get any job they want. So I bet they're world class cooks. Okay, so they don't need taxpayers' money. Okay, to maintain their lifestyle. Okay, they can get top cook job anywhere else, like some fancy restaurant in Washington D.C., Manhattan, New York. I have to let them go because I don't need cooks. I just need microwave, refrigerator, and food from Walmart. That's what I need. Yeah. So Alaska, if I get elected next year, which is not realistic at all. Okay, I know. Okay, because name recognition for me, because I do it my own way. I don't compromise. Okay, it will be very gradual increase in name recognition. Okay, so next year most likely it won't be enough time for me to be recognized. I don't know for sure though. What I'm saying is, when it comes to probability, it's a very small chance that I have next year. I'm not crazy. I'm realistic, right? But anything can happen, right? It's up to God, okay? It's up high and mighty God, okay? I do believe there's God. I believe so, okay? Yeah. And when it comes to God, uh, in my spare time, I read some articles about Wikipedia articles about Egyptian gods. Okay, yeah, yeah. This is a pan. Well, you have monotheism and you have polytheism. A lot of gods. Okay, so Christianity is a little bit unique in that because monotheism, like one God, right? But Greek mythology, Indian mythology, Egyptian mythology, they have multiple gods, which I don't think is a bad thing. Okay, yeah. It's a diversity, but Judaism is kind of unique in that they believe in only one God. Okay, so that's great distinction from of Judaism from any other religions. Well, Buddhism, Buddha is not a god; he's a saint, right? But Buddhism, they kind of consider Buddha as some kind of divine figure. So, but Buddhism is heavily based on Hinduism. Hinduism, they have many gods, at least three gods. Yeah, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. Creation, maintenance, and destruction. Okay, beginning, middle, and end. Right. They have other gods too. Okay? Yeah, but Indian god, I mean, yeah, Indian god they're cool. Okay, but Egyptian god they're so fascinating. Okay, Egyptian painting. Oh my goodness, it's mysterious, right? So I'm very into Egyptian history nowadays. Okay, amazing. Moses is the originator of Judaism. Mosaic 5 books: Genesis, Exodus, Numbers, Leviticus, Deuteronomy. Okay, he's the originator of Judaism. Okay, he learned from Egyptians. Okay, so there's some similarity between the Book of Genesis and some Egyptian creation myth, right? Yeah, I could see some similarity there. Let's get some blanket. Yeah, I mix plural and singular, okay, because Korean is my native language and they mix singular and plural, okay. So, yeah. Anyway, I have seen some Alaskans who still, even after January 6th, who still support Mr. Trump politically. Hey, I respect that. That's their political liberty, their freedom. Yeah, everyone's different. So what do I say to them? Hey, I used to be a huge fan of Mr. Trump. Yeah, read his 5 of his books, watched his TV shows, The Apprentice, and I voted for him back in 2016. Listened to his speeches. He got some goods, okay, but like many people noticed, President Mr. Trump 2016 and President Trump in 2020 is not the same guy. He changed a lot. Okay, so I stopped supporting him. Back in 2016, when he was debating against Madam Secretary Hillary Clinton, right? He was humorous and he was respectful. He didn't go over time. Okay, he was respectful, humorous, good sense of humor. But 4 years later, year 2020, when he debated against Mr. Joe Biden, he still had some good sense of humor. Okay, but he was very rude. He went over time. He was very disrespectful. Okay, and Americans they saw that change. Not the same guy. He changed. Okay, I'm just one of them who noticed the change and disliked what I saw. I think he changed towards some negative direction. He became too much of an elitist and stopped caring about common people. He became too arrogant, kind of more like bully. So it's not the same guy that I voted for back in 2016. So in year 2020, I did not vote for him. Who did I vote for? I voted for myself because I was running for president. At least on paper, okay. Yeah. My name was not in the ballot, okay, but I voted for myself. In the writing spot, yeah, wrote down my name. I took a picture and put it on Facebook, okay. So it's kind of ritualistic event for me. Why? Because my ballot didn't count. Why? Because some local elections, okay, yeah, I voted for more than one candidates, okay, so. But next year, jungle primary, yeah, you can actually vote for multiple people, which is good. Yeah, ranked voting system. I'm glad that they did. Yeah, Alaskans are very experimental, so that's great. Very creative, right? Yeah, it'll be interesting. I like that. Yeah, the jungle primary. Yeah, I didn't support that initially because I used to be a Republican, and Republicans did not like that, so I kind of went along. Okay, last year when I was also running for state senate in Alaska, I went along. Okay, on the kind of issues, they're kind of procedural, right? Substantive issues, I did not go along. Okay, but procedural issues, yeah, to me, it's just pretty much the same. One way or another, I'm okay either way. It's procedural issues. Okay, so like jungle primary or not. But I think Alaska made the right choice. Jungle primary. Okay, some say yeah, it's Senator Mukorski maybe behind the curtain. She sponsored this jungle primary concept to raise possibility of her getting reelected. Some people speculate about that. Okay, I don't know whether that's true or not. Okay, but could be. I don't know. Senator Lisa Murkowski, I kind of like her. Okay, so I have no problem with her getting reelected. To be honest, next year. Right? Yeah, there's some parts I disagree with her, but Senator Dan Sullivan, he said he would support re-election of Senator Lisa Murkowski. Yeah, he said yeah, there's some part issues that I disagree with her, but I will support her re-election. Okay, that's what Senator Dan Sullivan said okay, publicly. So yeah, I'm kind of agree with Senator Dan Sullivan on this. Okay, Senator Lisa Murkowski, yeah, there's some issues that I disagree with, but I think she's cool. Okay, but do I support her election? No. Why? Because I'm running too. I support my campaign. Hello, politics. I cannot help doing this again and again because it's every year, every other year is get different set of candidates. Politics to me, election is like party time. Okay, I get to interact with people, and I learn a lot from people, and also I teach a lot, share my knowledge that I learned from other people before. Yeah, sharing of knowledge. Okay, yeah, just passing on, and also learning from people. It's two-way street, right? It to me, yeah, election year is like metaphysical party. It's great time, exciting, wonderful time, learning experience, and also go to karaoke bar, and, right? Yeah, it's a pretext excuse to go to karaoke bars and Dance clubs, well, the thing is, I need to have a microphone to announce my candidacy. But in dance club, I don't get to speak with the microphone, okay? So I don't think it's necessary that I go to the dance club. I do miss my friends in dance clubs, local musicians, but uh, I might go to dance clubs, but the thing is, I don't get to speak, dance club. When I go to karaoke bar, yeah, I have microphone, yeah, I announce my candidacy before I sing a song, okay? So, uh, and nowadays, I don't campaign as hard as I did last year, okay? Why? Because I'm still working on these papers, right? Last year, when I was running for Alaska State Senate, I was not writing any papers. I started writing papers after I lost the election, Alaska State Senate election. Okay. And after that, I never stopped writing. I mean, I take some days off during the weeks, but weekly basis. But every week, I write something. Okay, it became my new hobby, kind of regained the hobby because I used to write way back when, 5 years ago. So I restarted writing. So nowadays my campaign is very passive. Okay. But I don't care either way, whether I get elected or not. Okay, we can find this break, please. Yeah, getting kind of sleepy too. No. Did I dream last night? But today's morning, I think I did. Do I remember what it was? Let me try to remember because in the morning I woke up, I stayed lying on the bed, and I tried to remember what kind of dream I had. I did remember. What was it? Dream is so easy to forget, right? Fleeting memory. Because it's something that did not actually happen, right? It's not something even we actively imagined. It's something we passively imagined, dream, right? Very interesting. So memory is so fleeting. Okay. What was that? I think I had like two dreams. Okay, this morning. What was that about? It was a couple of odd, strange dreams. But that's norm, right? Yeah, dreams typically it's kind of strange. I'm trying to remember. I did remember earlier this morning before I went to work. I did try to remember. Now let me try again to re-remember. Where was I? I remember one of them. Okay, I was in the gym, locker room, right? Yeah, yeah. I was trying to find a better gym. Okay, there are a bunch of football players. Okay, so I was gonna ask them, hey, is there some fancy exclusive gym that you guys go to? Am I allowed to go there? Because I guess, I wanted more than regular gym. Okay. But then I asked myself, I didn't quite ask them the question. Okay. I was about to, but then I realized, you know what, regular gym is good enough. Okay. So yeah, I remember that dream. Okay. So. And there's another dream I had. I don't recall. We'll take 5 minutes break, okay? And let's see if it comes back to my memory, okay? We'll see. Okay. Yeah, there are some neighborhood dogs. If you heard a sound, yeah, I have many neighbors, and some of them have dogs and cats, and they're great. Okay. Anyway, so if I get elected, I'm fantasizing hypothetically. If I get elected next year, well, I'm not gonna run for governor. I don't think so. Okay, but governor don't live is higher in practice. Okay, kind of elitist. Okay. Uh, so what if I become president of the United States? Okay, who would I hire? I think I won't hire anybody. I'll just keep them as they are. Like secretary of some department. Okay, I just let them be there. So I won't hire anybody. I'm not going to interview anybody. But would I replace some of them? Maybe. If I become president of the United States in say 2024, 2025, okay, I'll just let them be there. Previous secretary of whatever departments, okay. I'll just let them be, okay. Another idea is this. If there's somebody that I want to replace due to some ideological differences that I'm not compatible with, irreconcilable differences, then yeah, I'll replace them and then how would I interview people to replace some secretary of whatever department, federal government as a president of the United States in year 2025? Uh, here's what I'm gonna do because I work smarter, not harder. Okay, I'm not gonna interview anyone. What I'm gonna do is this. Okay, in that department that I want to replace. So yeah, I'll let this secretary go. Too much ideological difference. Okay, I'm not comfortable working with that person. Yeah, and let job applicants apply for that position and let the employees of that department interview those candidates and let them vote for this department head, secretary. For example, Secretary of State. There are many employees there, that Department of State. Okay? Yeah. Let the employees vote for job candidate to be their department head. Democracy. Let those employees, federal government employees or Department of Interior, Department of Labor, Department of Education, whatever, okay. Let them vote for their favorite job candidate to be their secretary, their boss, Democracy Council, okay. Let them decide. Let them interview them. I think it's better that way, okay. I'm not going to interview them, no. I work smarter, not harder, okay. So I think it will work very well that way, okay. No appointment, no. Let them decide, okay. So yeah. Let them decide, okay? Yeah. That will be my approach. That way, I get to relax, and the employees of that department will be pleased because they get to select their own boss. Democracy. Okay. That's how I do it. Okay. I work smarter, not harder. Okay. So yeah, they will send a confirmation. Most likely they will confirm. Why? Because employees of this department they wanted this elected, voted for this job candidate to be their boss. Of course, they will confirmed. Easy does it, huh? Yeah, so that's the idea. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Okay, that's how I do it. All right, we take another five, maybe 2 minutes break with the dogs just splashing around all this snow and water. Okay, so my pants is wet with all that snow water. Okay, so but they're cute. Okay, I love dogs, cats. Okay, they're cool. Okay, so I have this sweatpants. Who does this, right? I have this blazer and sweatpants. Yeah, doesn't quite match. Like it's more like pajama, right? I'm like, yeah, let's try something new, right? Yeah, something comfortable, whatever, right? Yeah. Sometimes I wash this blazer, sport coat, right, suit in the laundry machine. Okay, why? I don't have money or time to put in the dryer at the dry cleaning places, so I just put in the laundry dryer in this house. Okay, sometimes it goes bad. They shrink. I'm like, they get wrinkled, but do I have time to iron them out? No. Okay. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Depend on the texture, right? It's made if it's made with wool, yeah, they shrink. It'd be interesting to wear that. Okay, if it get very tight, maybe expose my the little muscle that I have. Okay, it'd be interesting. It'd be funny looking. Whatever. I'm like, whatever. Yeah. So yeah. This Mrs. Commissioner, very interesting candidate. I'm glad she's running for this election, right? And because Senator Lisa Murkowski, yeah, she's been there for a long time. Alaskans, I guess many of them, not all of them, I don't know how many of them. Many of them kind of fed up with her. Okay, they want somebody new, right? So there's Mrs. Commissioner, kind of rising star, right? Nationally in Republican Party circle, but that's not Alaska though. Okay, Alaska 55% independent, that's majority. 25% eligible voters are registered Republicans, 15% Democrats, 5% other parties. Okay, yeah, but I'm also running, right? But I'm not known. I have friends in Alaska. That's it. All right. Uh, kind of general friends of mine. Okay. But I'm very unknown candidate. So, but we have year and a half left until next year's primary, August 2022. Well, year and a quarter left. Well, year and 4 months left. One third. Okay. Yeah. Between year and 4 months, yeah, it can happen, but it's up to God. If God wants it, I'll be elected. It's up to him, okay? And I trust God's judgment. Yeah, I am religious. I believe that there is God, and you can look at us, right? We came a long way. We uncovered some deeply hidden secrets of the universe in mathematics, physics, economics, linguistics, right? We came a long way. I do not believe this is a matter of coincidence, chance, probability. I don't think so. I think what we do here, it has some purpose, okay? I think we are doing God's job, okay? So, I do believe you and I, we are prophets, okay? And, but does God want me to get elected next year? That I don't know. He never speaks to me, okay? I'm not schizophrenic. Was Mr. Jesus schizophrenic? Was he suffering from mental illness? Possibly. He thought he was son of God, okay? Do I think I'm son of God? No, no. Do I think I'm a prophet? No. I'm a prophet wannabe. Prophet is somebody famous, okay? But to me, you are God's angel, God's prophet, God's messenger, okay? Because you're giving me kindness and generosity, okay? You're my personal savior, okay? But do I believe I'm a prophet, messenger, God's messenger? I'd love to be. If I become famous, yeah. But I'm not son of God. I'm not saint. I'm dirty. I'm a sinner. That much I know about myself. But I do my best. I keep on running. And next year, does God want me to be United States Senator for Alaska next year? I don't know. He never speaks to me. I'm not schizophrenic. I don't hear voices. But was Jesus suffering from mental illness? The fact that he thought he was the Son of God, the Savior of the humanity, did Jesus have some mental illness, mental disease? Was it some kind of psych- psychopathological delusion that Jesus had? That he thought he was the Son of God, Savior of the humanity? Was Jesus a mental case? I will leave you with that thought, if you like, or get that question, okay? Was Jesus a mental patient? Okay? Did Jesus have some mental disease? Is it like megalomania, schizophrenia, paranoia, whatever? Was he bipolar? Was he just suffering from depression, anxiety? If psychologists, psychiatrists, okay, if they read Bible, what Jesus did, what Jesus said, they may suspect maybe Mr. Jesus Christ has some kind of mental illness. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a psychiatrist. Okay. Okay. I think he was a very smart man. Okay. Was he son of God? Do I believe that he was savior, son of God? Well, he saved me. Yeah, he's my personal Jesus. Okay. Depesham Ad. Okay. Some British band, I think. Wait. Was Depesham a British band? I have to look it up. Look them up. Okay. We'll take 5 minutes break. Okay. So yeah, we'll talk about Mr. Jesus. Okay. And psychology, psychiatry. Okay. Kind of interesting topic, right? Yeah. We'll take 5 minutes, please. Well, how about I sing you this song, Personal Jesus, Depeche Mode? I think they're a British rock band, okay? They could have been American, I don't know. Yeah, they're British. I like this song, okay? Yeah, secular musicians, they're not gospel, church-based musicians, but secular musicians singing about Jesus. I appreciate that because I love Jesus, okay? I do. Reach out and touch faith, your own personal Jesus. Someone to hear your prayers, someone who cares. Your own personal Jesus. Someone to hear your prayers, someone who's there. Feeling unknown, and you're alone, all alone. Flesh and bone, by the telephone. Lift up the receiver, I'll make you a believer. Take second best, put me to the test. Things on your chest. You need to confess, I will deliver. You know I'm a forgiver. Reach out and touch faith. Yeah, it rhymes very well. Yes, beautifully written. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, British band. Kind of electronic. That's what they say in the Wikipedia. Okay, whatever. Okay, so there's possibility. Yeah, Jesus, smart man, well learned, well studied. He's a good student of all different cultures, in my opinion. He could have been just human being with some mental disease. There's one possibility. Jesus, Mr. Jesus, the son of carpenter, uh, Joseph, I think. I think that was his father's name. I could be wrong. I know her mother is Mary, Maria, right? I don't want to misquote. Okay, I think his father's name is Joseph. Okay, Jesus, his father. Oh boy, carpenter. Joseph. Yeah, he was Joseph. Saint Joseph. Okay, okay. And Mr. Jesus, yeah, I get it. He's smart, creative, good student. He learned great things from many different cultures, from Iranians, Persian people, Pharisees, okay, and then Indians, in my opinion, okay, and also some Egyptians, Greeks. Good student, smart man, creative. He learned, and he came up with his own thing. But one possibility is that he was suffering from some mental disease, delusion of grandeur, schizophrenia. But he thought he was the son of God, and people can lie all they want, make up stories, yeah, all the miracles that Jesus walking on the water, resurrecting the dead. It could have been all lies, made up stories. Could have. That's one possibility. Okay. Religion aside, well, I'm religious person, but at the same time I'm a scientist, right? Because Jesus firmly believed that he would come again, Adventism. I respect that Christian denominate denomination. I do respect religions, okay, but at the same time, I'm a scientist. Let's be objective here, okay. So Jesus, according to Bible, he thought he was the Son of God, the Savior, Messiah. That could have been his mental disease. This is one possibility. Okay? Am I committing blasphemy, sacrilege? Well, look, I'm not a psychiatrist, but let's be objective here. Let's be scientific just for 1 second. Did Jesus actually walk on the water, kick out the demon, or healing people with leprosy and even resurrecting Lazarus from the dead, from death? Was he a doctor or was it a wizard, witch, or was he some fraudulent, this snake oil salesman kinda? Did he lie to people? Did he deceive people that advertising himself to be a healer? Oh, okay. I think this is scientific inquiry. I think it's a fair question to ask, right? He believed he's son of God, right? And some people do believe what he said, but do I believe it? I used to, but now I'm kind of questioning. Okay, yeah, I grew up as a Christian. Okay, but now that I'm an adult, I'm an independent thinker. Okay, so I have some reasonable doubts about the claim that traditional Christianity, Jesus being the Son of God, he performed miracles because Jesus said, yeah, the end of the world will come very soon. And so did his disciple believed. St. John, Island, Patmos Island, okay? He thought the world is coming to an end very soon. Jesus believed that, his disciples believed that, but it did not happen for at least 2,000 years. So were they, Mr. Jesus and his disciples, some discontent, unsatisfied, fringe elements of the society 2,000 years ago? Why do I suspect that? Because it was not just them. Because I studied history. Okay? It was not just in Israel 2,000 years ago. No, anywhere else in the world, in different times and spaces, those rebellions, okay, or occult, politically, religiously, it happened many times in human history, in Asia, Europe, other places. Malcontent. They don't like the world the way it is now, so they start to fantasize about better world, right? That's one way to look at it too. To be fair, okay, I'm not saying Jesus and his disciples were wrong. I'm just giving another perspective to look at Christian tradition. Okay, I love Christianity. Okay, part of me is very much Christian because I have Christian background. Okay, but now that I'm an adult, independent thinker, I'm no longer a Republican Party person. Uh, so I have some doubts about Mr. Jesus being a savior. He saved me, but he's not the only one who saved me. Okay, how about Confucius, Buddha, Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, Immanuel Kant, Arthur Schopenhauer, Isaac Newton, Galileo Galilei? Did they save me? Yeah, those are saints. Lao Tzu, yeah. Jesus is not the only one who saved me. When it comes to historical figures, I mean, people who live today, the people who I've met, like my parents, my siblings, my friends, my teachers, my professors, did they save me? Absolutely. My former bosses, current bosses, colleagues, former and current colleagues, did they save me? Absolutely. Jesus was one of them, okay? Again, he's cool. I like him. Jesus, smart. I learned a lot from Mr. Jesus, okay? Love your enemies, turn to left cheek, right cheek, okay? Yeah, servant leadership. Yeah, but we are talking about mental health of Mr. Jesus. Was he mentally healthy? Was he suffering from this depression, Jesusian depression, or Jesusian suicidalism, Jesusian martyrdom? Did he have some mental illness? Was he mentally healthy individual, Mr. Jesus, 2,000 years ago? Was he suicidal? Was he suffering from depression? Because Bible says he knew what was coming. If he wanted to leave, he could have escaped to another country, another town. He knew about it. He's a smart man, perceptive. But he chose to die. Now, was Mr. Jesus justifying his death? Did he want to die? Was he justifying his desire to die by saying, hey, I'm dying in order to save the world? Was it some kind of justification on a personal level? Yes, I'm psychoanalyzing Jesus. Although I do not subscribe to Freudism. I wrote against Mr. Dr. Sigmund Freud many times before. I wrote against his psychoanalysis methodology, interpretation of dream, and and I do not subscribe to Freudianism, okay? But then why am I psychoanalyzing kind of Sigmund Freud fashion on Mr. Jesus? Because it's an interesting story, okay? Let's say at least we are writing a novel, fiction, screenplay. Maybe we are acting, performance, improvisation, impromptu style play, theatrical play, okay? Psychoanalysis of Jesus. How about that? The title of the short story. Short novel, short story, okay? Because back when I was in Madison, Wisconsin, okay, I expressed my view to my colleagues, friends. Psychology and Christianity is not compatible. They're kind of mutually exclusive, okay? So according to psychology, psychiatry, Jesus is like delusional grandeur, schizophrenia, okay? Let's say today, year 2021, April, somebody say, I'm son of God, I'm the savior, I'm Messiah. Most people will think that person is like, have some mental illness, right? Okay. 2,000 years ago, some people thought that about Jesus. Yeah, he's possessed by demons. That's another language. Yeah, possessing demonic possession is Christian language. In another language, yeah, mental illness. In humanological language here, ideological possession, ideological subscription. Okay, because why do we say ideological subscription? Because we respect people's freedom, free will. Okay, their rights, liberty. Yeah, they voluntarily subscribe to ideology, but at the same time, yeah, they kind of possessed, forced into this belief system of some ideology. This ideology is so big, human very small, right? And we call it ideological possession or subscription. Okay, we use both terms interchangeably. Okay, I have academic background, so I know all this terminology. Okay? So I'm very familiar, conversant with traditionally academic lingos and jargons. I used to be a PhD candidate. Okay, I've been to graduate schools. Well, we'll take 5 minutes break, please. Okay. Yeah. So we continue this fiction writing. Okay, screenplay writing. Okay, but I'm a huge fan of Mr. Jesus. Okay, in my opinion, by now, he has some goods and bads like anybody else. Do I still believe was in the Son of God? I'm agnostic about it. I don't know. I want to stay neutral, objective as a scientist. But did he save me? Yeah. But so did other people save me too. He was one of many people who saved me. I want to be fair. I do not want to be elitist. Okay. Yeah, Jesus, Confucius, Buddha, they are kind of elites, historic elites, right? But many people that I met in my life, they saved me too. Okay, pastors, reverends, teachers, professors, friends, colleagues, bosses. Okay, all of them saved me. Some random strangers, friends, all of them saved me, all of them. And Jesus was one of them. Okay, we take 5 minutes. Okay. Uh, So let's have some red wine, shall we? Hey, by the way, I see you as my savior, okay? My personal Jesus. Thank you for saving me. Okay. Yeah. All my friends, ex-girlfriends, okay, they will save me. Okay. They may be to be a better person. Okay. So I'm very grateful to my friends, former girlfriends, former dates. Yeah. All of them. Okay. So I mean, there's another possibility. Maybe Jesus was in the Son of God, and maybe he did perform miracle. In humanological fashion, yeah, we can come up with some logic to justify the Jesusian miracles. And what's the logic? We talked about this way before. Okay, yeah, if God created this law of nature, gravitation, if God created it, He's not subject to it. He's transcendental, beyond and above and beyond this law that He created. Right? Saint Paul, he talked about that too. Right? So yeah, if Jesus was indeed Son of God, he's not subject to this law. He's an exception. Okay, like he doesn't have to pay the tax if he's the prince. Jesus talked about that too. Okay, yeah. If Jesus indeed Son of God, he doesn't have to pay the tax or being subject to law of gravitation. He gets some taxes exemption. Okay, yeah. So he can walk on the water. Okay, yeah. There's some logic there. Okay, if Jesus Son of God, the Prince of Peace, then he's not subject to the law, tax law. The tax and gravitation can defy it because he gets special treatment as the prince of the king, God. Okay? Yeah, there's some logic there. So which is which? I don't know. I'm agnostic. Okay? Am I an atheist? I'm not an atheist. All right. I do think, not just believe, but from my experience and observation and knowledge, I do believe that I do think that my rational conclusion would be there is God, okay, or maybe gods, goddesses, or one goddess, who knows? But if God created what gender is, it's beyond gender, okay. So yeah, it kind of simplifies things to posit, assume there's one God. It simplifies things, okay. I guess kind of Judaistic contribution to humanity, okay. It kind of simplifies things, okay? If there's only one God. Okay? So knowledge and belief, they're two different things. Knowledge about the past, belief is about the future, right? So from my experience and observation and my knowledge, okay, I think there's God, at least one, okay? Because I do not think it's rational, scientific, probabilistic to think that all this just happened out of probability, random chance. That's not rational way of thinking. Okay. Those scientists who believe in that, yeah, I met some of them. Okay, yeah, second law of thermodynamics, entropy. Okay, universe very big, long time, big space, somewhere in the world, in the universe, the planet Earth. Yeah, by probability, mathematically speaking, yeah, there can be some primordial soup. That's their theory, biologists. Okay. Yeah, in Egyptian creation myth, okay, there's something like that too. Okay. They say world was created out of this lifeless water. Some speculate that yeah, it's about flood of Nile River. Flood and then emerging these islands, right? Yeah. Primeval water. That's how they call it. Okay. Let me turn off that heater. Okay, it's kind of getting too hot. So there have been occults, pagan religions, and heresy, occult, all different religious sectors like Jamestown in South America. I guess some Californian guy, some charismatic guy, a little bit criminalistic, fraudulent too. Okay, he gathered people who went to Jamestown, and then they commit group suicide. Okay, was it based on Christian religion? Let me look them up. Okay, Jamestown. Well, there are two kinds of Jamestown. Okay, in Virginia, early pilgrims they were in Jamestown too, in Virginia, but Jamestown that's like more South America. Kind of illegal migrant immigrants from America to South America. Okay, let me look them up. Where's my cell phone? Oh, it's right here. Okay. Yes, Jamestown tragedy, right? Oh, yeah, Jamestown is Virginia. Okay, the pilgrims. I think the one I'm talking about is Jonestown. Jonestown. Mr. Jim Jones. Okay, okay. Was it based on Christianity? Let's see. Jonestown. I think it is based on Christianity because he was wearing this Catholic priest. Okay, white and black, right? People's Temple. Okay, it's originally Indianapolis, Indiana. Huh? Okay, I think they were in California. Yeah, so they moved to California, San Francisco. They combined the element of Christianity with communism, socialism. Okay, racial equality, People's Temple. Mr. Jim Jones, right? So yeah, he studied Joseph Stalin, Karl Marx, Mao Zedong, Mahatma Gandhi, Adolf Hitler. Was he Christian? That's what I'm interested in. It is People's Temple based on Christianity. I think so. Yeah, this is kind of amalgamation, mixture, combination of Christianity and communism. Yes, yes. You attended church. Okay. It is partially based in Christianity. Okay, okay. It's about racial equality too. Okay. He got some goods, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's about racial equality. He advocate for African Americans. Okay, that's good. That's good. This part Native American, and they adopted three Korean American children, huh? Plot thickens. He did not like Korean War. He opposed to. He criticized U.S. opposition to North Korean leader Kim Il Sung. Okay, okay. So it's kind of communist. Okay, all right. So Jonestown, where was it? Somewhere in South America. Socialist paradise sanctuary. Hey, where is this Jonestown? Interesting history, really. So yeah, he began as Christian, but later on he departed from Christianity. I mean, I'm kind of departing from Christianity, but not really. And Mr. Johns, he said he's like agnostic and atheist. Okay, so he used to be a Christian, but later on he became more atheistic, agnostic. Okay, but that's not the direction I'm going. Okay, no. But I see some similarity between Mr. Johns and Mr. Jim Johns and me. Okay, he used to be Christian, but he departed from that. But how about me? Am I departing from Christianity? I kind of half and half. Okay, I appreciate Christianity as a good religion. Okay, that's cool. So what was this Jonestown? What country? Guyana? Okay. Intriguing history. Okay. Jonestown. Guyana. This is South America. Okay. Yeah, so they went to Jonestown. Okay, they it's like murder suicide. Okay, there's some U.S. senator who visited there and they murdered him. Okay, after that they committed group suicide because after they murdered United States senator who came to rescue some people there to talk to them to talk some sense to them. Okay, they listened. They murdered United States senator, and after that they feared now U.S. Army will come to them and destroy them. Maybe police officers arrest them, okay, and they commit group suicide, okay. There are some survivors, though, okay, yeah, Jonestown, okay. Now, is there some similarity between Christianity and this Mr. Jim Jones occult? I think there is. Okay. How many Christians died only like 100 AD during Roman Empire? Okay, all this religious persecution, Roman Empire after Jesus died. So many Christians died, alright, for the sake of religion, ideology, Christianity, okay. How about Buddhism, Confucianism? Did any Buddhists, Confucianists died in the name of religion? How about Taoism? Mr. Lao Tzu, okay. Did anybody died in the name of Taoism, Confucianism, Buddhism? I don't think so. Maybe some. I don't think so though, okay? My constructive, potentially healthy, where I'm intending healthy constructive criticism against Christianity is this, because I want them to be better religion. I care about Christians. I used to be one. Now, I'm kind of half and half. Well, I've been half and half, half Christian, half secular for a very long time. Okay. But some healthy criticism against Christianity is that because I want them to be better religion. And okay. Uh, Mr. Jesus Christ, I think he erred. Okay, he advocated for suicidalism and human sacrificism, martyrdomism. Okay, I think that was his error. Okay, because personally, I do not, as a humanologist, I do not believe people should die for any ideologies out there. Right? It could be pro-Trumpism, it could be LGBTism, or it could be any other ideologies. Okay. Personally, I object as a humanologist that no human being should die for an ideology. Okay. How about humanology? We invite criticism so that humanology become better. Right? We do not want anybody die for name and sake of humanology. No, humanology, whatever. I do not believe there is an ideology that is worthwhile to sacrifice a human life. Humanology, we put humans at the center of the universe. We are humanitarian, philanthropic, we are humanocentric. We care about human life. We do. Okay. Do we put do I put humans above God? No, I don't. Personally, I don't. Alright? But do I criticize God for sacrificing humans? Yes, I do. God, please stop playing human beings as your pawn for your entertainment sake. God, you are in heaven, right? You're bored, right? So you entertain yourself by sacrificing human lives. I object. I voice my objection, so Mr. God. Okay. I think it's very wrong of you that you do that. God may say, "Oh, no worries. Up there, up here with us, I'm God, okay? We have heaven paradise. People who die innocent, yeah, we invite them to us. They live forever in heaven paradise, okay? Nothing to worry about. All their pains and sufferings, hardship, agonies, yeah, you'll be more than fully compensated by eternal blessing in heaven paradise. You got nothing to worry about, son. God, maybe you're right, okay? Maybe I'm wrong, okay? But I don't know where there is heaven, afterlife, paradise. I don't know. I don't even know whether you exist, but in my experience, observations, I do think you exist. It's not my belief. It's not my religion, but rationally, scientifically, probabilistically, mathematically, okay. I do think, as far as I can understand and tell, I've learned, experienced many different things, okay. I do think you exist, God, okay, or gods, goddesses, goddess, whatever, okay. But I still object against your attitude. We are your possession. We belong to us. You own us. You created us. So, but I object that you use us as your pawns in a chess game, toy, human sacrifice, human death, so that you get entertained. I'm a human being. Yeah, I'm an advocate, lawyer, attorney for my fellow Homo sapienses. There's nothing I can do against you. I'm only human. Like this Book of Job, right? Old Testament, right? Who can bring God to the court? That's what he said, right? Mr. Job, okay? Book of Bible, Old Testament, yeah, Book of Job, okay? Yeah, who can bring God? Who can sue God in court? Who can make God as a defendant? He said that. Bible is good, okay? I like Bible. Huge fan. There's some uniqueness in Bible, okay? But in other cultures, there's some uniqueness there too. Jewish tradition is just one of many good traditions in the world. Some other cultures, Asia, Africa, Europe, yeah, they have their own good stuff there too. So, Mr. God, okay, what I pray to you is that that nobody dies anymore. Okay, human death, we don't want it anymore. Okay, we don't want people to die. Is it too much to ask? Can people just get along and live forever? Mr. Jesus said something like, yeah, there are some people who will never taste the death and then still go to heaven. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. With some vaccination, anti-death vaccination, scientific breakthrough, whatever, okay. Caught sin. Yeah, we have been writing, creative writing, fantasy writing, okay. That's all there is, okay. Yeah, as a novelist, writer, yeah, actor, okay. Yeah, to escape from all the reality, okay, you watch the news, yeah, horrible things, right? We don't want that. Nowadays, I don't really read news anymore, okay. Just every now and then, okay. It's not as interesting as human history, right? Yeah, mostly I study history nowadays in my spare time. Okay. News, yeah, it's not that interesting. Okay. This is come and go, temporary, transient. But human history, only the good stuff remains, right? Yeah, survival of the fittest, metaphysically speaking, metaphysical evolution of events, stories, right? By far more interesting than what's going on nowadays. I'm still learning history, okay? So, okay, yeah. What's in the dinner menu? Yeah, some Popeye, chicken Popeye, turkey Popeye, beef Popeye, okay? I really think that stuff, man. Yeah, Banke brand. I think they're all American, I think. I bought it from Walmart, okay? Oh, that's just so good. Popeye, okay? I think that's what I'm gonna have. How about some documentary or movies, TV shows? Maybe some nature documentary on YouTube, okay? Yeah. Okay. Let's wrap it up for tonight, okay? Yeah, tomorrow, yeah, well, let me put in the calendar, okay? I have to finish it right. Write a couple more paragraphs, okay, in this economics paper. Tomorrow evening, I need to write about capitalism. Capitalism. Social mobility, upward mobility. Sure. Okay. God bless you. Thank you. Have a good night. Have a great week. Thank you. God bless you. Bye.